Today we are going to see about the system design methodologies. Okay, this is the second topics today. In this, we will do look at the different design methodologies, design flow for the multi-processor system. Okay, design methodologies have evolved together with the manufacturing technology, design complexity, and design automation. As design complexities continue to increase, tool developers create new design abstraction levels and try to use the same design strategy for the circuit level, to the logical level, to the processor level, and finally to the system level. Okay, here this comes in the introduction of the system design methodologies. That is, there are various methods for designing a system. Okay, there will be 5 design methodologies that we are going to see in this system design methodologies, and also there will be 4 levels. Okay, first one is circuit level, then second one is the logic level, then third one is the processing level, and finally to the system level. Okay, first we are going to the bottom up methodology. What is bottom up methodology? Okay, that is from the bottom. I already told there will be 4 levels: circuit level, logic level, processor level, and system level. So in this bottom up methodology, it starts from the circuit level and then it goes to the logical level, then to the processing level, and then to the system level. Okay, from the figure itself it is clear. Okay, and this in a typical bottom up methodology, the designers develop components and then store them in the library. Okay, these are the various libraries. Okay, like libraries for use on the next higher level operation. So in the first circuit level, after getting the components, they will store in this library, transistor component library, then to the logical component library, then to the RTL components library, and then to the processor components library. Components in each libraries are used to build components in the library on the next abstraction. So these are the various levels of designing. Okay, first circuit level designing, then logical level designing, then processor level designing, then the entire system. So the elements, that is the components that is designed in the first circuit level, is stored in this library, and this component is used in the next level design, that is the logical level design. And also the remain continues on. Okay, the logical level components are used for the RTL design. Okay, and RTL components are used to design the processor components. Okay, just the circuit level designing. In this we use transistor and develop circuits and their layout for the basic logic components such as gates, flip-flop, bus drivers, and others. Okay, these components become standard cell for higher level design and layout tasks. These standard cell with their functionality, structure, and layout are stored in the logic component library for use on the logical level. Okay, so here they are mainly concentrating on the simple components such as gates, flip-flop, etc., and these components becomes the standard cell that will be used in this higher level. Okay, second one of the logical level. We all know in this logical level we create the register transfer components such as registers, register files, ALUs, multipliers, and other components for processor microarchitecture using Boolean expression, etc. After the logical synthesis of this RTL components, we perform the placement and routing with standard cell for each component and store them in the RTL component library. Okay, so here we perform the placement and routing. Okay, first we identify the components, then we analyze the placement and routing with the standard cell for each components in this logic level. Then in the processor level, we start with C code or an instruction set and generate the structure of processing element and communication element. At this level, we perform floor planning, placement, and routing. So here we are using two set of elements, that is processing elements and communication elements. So in this step we will analyze where we are going to place this and how we are going to route this and how we plan this, that is floor planning this. Okay, so and store after doing all this we will store this in the processor library. Okay, then to the system level, we start with a model of computation and generate the system structure consists of many processing element, communication element from the processor component library. Okay. So finally we perform the system layout by using the component layout from the processor library. Note that each component library has functional, structural and layout model for each components in the library. Okay, hope you all understand. Okay, the main advantages is abstraction levels are clearly separated. That is, each with its own library. We know in each step, circuit level, logical level, processor level, and system level, each has its own library. Okay, so each is clearly stored in its own library. So the globally distributed location for design on each abstraction level, separate location, then easier management of the design. These are the advantage. Then disadvantage, it requires optimization, so it is very difficult and never ending task. Okay, this is also comes under this bottom up design, that is from circuit to system level. Then top down methodology. What is top down methodology? That is from the system level, then processor level, then logical level, and then to the circuit level. So that is first we analyze what we want to design. So what are the things required, what are the components required, how we design the circuit, that's all comes under this top down methodology. This method does not attempt a component or a system layout until the entire system is finished. Okay, a top down methodology begins with a particular model of computation and generate from it a system platform or system structure. Okay, so um, so after finishing the entire steps only it will generate a component. Okay, so in the previous one we are making each component one by one, so here in this we can able to make everything in a single attempt. Okay, so with the generation form. Okay, system platform or system structure is very in which every component has its parameter and required metric value, that is some standards of parameter. Okay, on the next level of abstraction, each processing element and communication element components is further decomposed into smaller components. Okay, so in this it will start this top level this methodology, it will start from here and then goes to this, then goes downwards. So after the processor after the first step, the elements will stay stored in this processor components, then the elements will stored in the RTL components, then to the logical components, and then to the transistor level components. Okay, that is on the next level of abstraction, each processing element, communication elements, components is further decomposed into smaller RTL components. In this case, each functional unit such as ALU has all its functions specified as well as its delay and power requirements. After those are determined, each of the RTL components is further decomposed into logical components. Finally, each logical component is broken into the transistor netlist, in which each transistor layout represents a basic cell. Okay, just as I said, from this processor components it is decomposed into RTL components, then to the logical components, then to the transistor components. This is the top down methodology. So meet in the middle methodology. What is meet in the middle methodology? From the name itself, it is just meeting in the middle methodology. That is, it consists of bottom up methodology as well as top down methodology. So In this process, the first two, system and processor, comes under this top-down methodology. So in this uh, system, after system level, it will goes to the processor level. So this two comes under this bottom up, sorry, top down methodology. And also they using circuit and logic design. They are using bottom up methodology, that is they will undergo circuit level design, then to the logical level design, and there is a meeting place in between these two. Okay, so this method is called meet in this middle methodology. Okay, just read it. Okay, it's enough for this. And here we are just going to there are two concepts in this meet in the middle methodology. This is the first one. Okay, so in this meet in the middle methodology, we do the physical design or layout three times. One is for the standard cell, second time for the RTL components, and third time for the entire system platform, using the layout of these RTL components. Okay, so therefore with such a meet in middle methodology, we do physical design or layout three times. Okay, for standard components, for the RTL components, then for the entire system. Okay, for the standard component cell means in the lower level of abstraction, then for the RTL components means in the higher level of abstraction. After that we are doing this for the entire system. Okay, main drawbacks is it requires designers to do layout more than once. Also, system optimization is more efficient. Okay, there is another possibility in this meet in the middle methodology, that is it would be to perform the system layout with logical components or standard cell, or only with the logical components and the standard cell. So this one starts with the MOC. Here it will starts with the model of computation and synthesize the system platform with virtual processing element and communication elements. So after that this will be synthesized with the RTL components, which themselves are further synthesized with the logical components. Okay, just have a read on it. Okay, in this case we do the physical design. In the first case we do it for three times. That is, what are the three times? First for the standard cell, then for the RTL cells, RTL level, and then for the entire system. Here just we are going to do for generating standard cell, and second time for the entire system. Okay, then the next one is platform methodology. In this case, the system design usually starts with an already defined platform. So there will be an already defined platform. So it will be defined by the platform supplier. Okay, so it will starts with the already defined platform. Such platforms may have already some standard components such as memories and standard processor with well-defined layout. So if they define this platform, means they will already have some standard components such as memory and standard processor with well-defined layout. The system platforms may also be upgraded with the addition to the custom components that will be synthesized with the processor and RTL synthesis tools, after which the layout of these custom components can be obtained through the standard cell. Okay, here in this perform the physical design and layout for three times. That is, first for the standard cell, then we use standard cell for the layout of custom components, then we use processor component layout for the final platform layout. For standard cell then for the custom components, then for the processor component layout for the final processor. Okay, so it will start with the model of computation and generates the platform architecture constituting the consisting of standard or custom architectural cells. Since all the architecture have the layout model in the library, the final system layout is obtained by combining the layout of architectural cells. Then the last one is FPGA methodology. What is FPGA methodology? It means field programmable gate array methodology. It is based on the FPGA substrate which consists of a multitude of 4-bit ROM cells and a lookup table. So here they are using the FPGA. The methodology is based on the FPGA substrate which consists of ROM cells as well as the lookup tables. Okay, this lookup table can implement any 4 variable boolean function. This can implement any 4 variable boolean function. Therefore, in this methodology, every RTL components in the library must be decomposed into this 4 variable function. Then the processor components are synthesized out of available RTL components. Okay, here they use the top-down methodology for the system and the processor level, in which standard and custom processing elements and communication elements are all expressed in terms of lookup table. This is the figure. Okay, this is here there is logical components, RTL components and processor components. Logical components, RTL components and processor components. The down components, that is the transistor level components, is not available. So in this circuit level design is not necessary for this FPGA methodology. Okay, thank you students.